gonna be a good night for everybody.
One of the key things that sticks out that keeps me with Sonya is the fact that she won't allow me to quit. Like we're pretty much each other's cheerleaders, but like there is a limit to how low she'll allow me to go. Yeah, it'll be in love, and a lot of times I don't really like it because sometimes I want to be in my funk. I want to be in my machismo. Man, this ain't supposed to happen. And da 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 da. And she'll be like, okay, but whatever. Like you're talking about my husband. Like that's a big deal to her. So that's one of the things that like I can't forget it, and like that keeps me grounded. Keeps me wanting to be with her. So what's one of the things that keeps you with each other?
You go first.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little real. I'll say, we've been married for almost 4 years, so it's kind of like still new, but we had our moments where, I would like, I know that I found some things about myself where, if I would say confrontation, I run from it because I don't like confrontation. So I know if we ever got into a little bit, I would walk away. And I found that that's not the right thing to do. I mean, even if you need the time, you just say I need a little bit of time, but you never just say I'm off before even handling the situation. One thing about her is that she does not let me just leave. She wants to deal with it, and I think we learn how to deal with each other and different personalities. But not saying we got it all down pat, but we're definitely a lot better than we first started. And I feel like with her, we don't believe in divorce because no matter what the situation, how bad it is, we don't believe in divorce because we feel like God is God ordained. Right. So we feel like we want to work through it. So she's in life, period. She's like she doesn't stop. Like any kind of like angle, like say we can't get something. I don't know, like you said,
anything.
You're not allowed to get this. We're not. I'm sorry. She'll be like, oh, we're gonna find a way to get it. And that's how she is. Like so, in her marriage, the same way. And I respect her. Like I really appreciate that.
I'm really tough on the outside, but on the inside, I'm really like gooey. And so I like that he's very like, I don't know how to explain it. Like he's like careful with me. So I like that.
Awesome.
So it's like that little softness that like, if you don't really know me like that, you wouldn't know that that's what I need. But that's what he gives me. It's very careful. Like this.
She said she was gooey.
Gooey.
He gets to her gooey. Okay. I was like, where is this one going, guys? I was like, next question. I was like,
because I'm doing this, I'm the one.
And I was like,
I was like, that's how we made.
I was like, where are we going with this?
Supposed to like the gooey on the end.
Alright. I had to take off my glasses for a minute, y'all. I was sweating a little bit. I wasn't sure.
That's when you get me in trouble.
I was like,
when I was in the center saying I like the goo on the inside.
Totally living in sin. Oh my goodness. You are.
Maybe I should have said bushy.
Yes. That's just as bad.
We got it. We understand.
I think we got it.
Oh, man.
That's where his brain went. I'm like, well, that's how we're wired. We're supposed to.
Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Yeah, so we were in the bed. We were laying there. He had got home at like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. As usual, because he's always like doing this music, not working.
I'm at the studio, though.
He's at the studio. Like, yeah, I mean, how I holler at you when I get home. So, I was like, hey, we're getting a divorce. And that's just how it was. And I remember him crying. Like, it was a real situation, and we don't really talk about it. But he was, like, really hurt. He was like, what? Yeah, I was like, so this is how we're going to do it. You know, you can still see the doll. Like, you can see, I'm not going to keep you from it if you need to stay here for a little bit, till you get your stuff together. Y'all mean the house, mi casa es su casa. But you got to get out. And then the Lord was like, what was this order? You went a break, and then they called in the Iraq. That was a life event to me that was like, it could have changed, it could have changed our whole lives. Like, my daughter wouldn't be born, all those things. So what example do you have that you can recall that was a life event that was like, it really tested the strength of your relationship?
You go.
I think the one I'm thinking in my mind was finances really hit us real hard, and it was crazy because when we first got married, I had a house, and there was so much work needed to be done, and I didn't want to sell the house, and my wife wanted to sell the house, and it was like, I don't want to rent it out, but there's so much, we don't have the money to do that. So I ended up selling it, and I slightly resented the fact that I sold the house.
Right.
So that caused some friction in our marriage. Then speed forward, or I actually lost my job, and she was pregnant. It was like so many stuff going on. That just caused like
good times.
No, it's crazy.
Right.
But God really kept us. I'm not like, we were married for 30 years, but God kept us. Like, that was a really serious situation. Like,
right.
We man, I don't know. There's something.
We're still kind of
like the residue.
We're still in that situation.
I know. It takes a while. It takes a while, though.
So many,
and that's real, though.
It's like back to back to back to back.
That's real. No, we get it. If we had another 5,000 hours, we would run it all the way down. Is that the same for you, or is it different?
It's different. Well, you said in our marriage or relationship.
It could be relationship. Yep.
So I think one of the big things for me was when we first met each other, like back in the days. So he was 17, I was 21, and our lives were very different. He was in high school, I was in college. So like our lives were just different. Like he had not yet experienced like a lot of the world in terms of like being on his own without like family directly, or that kind of thing. And so I think the fact that I was in his life made a lot of people really uncomfortable.
Okay.
And so I was attacked by a lot of people that were very close to him in his life, and that drew a major wedge between us. We weren't really dating when we first met. We were kind of just really good friends, like besties. Like, we would talk about everything. We'd hang out all the time. Like, we weren't even like physically involved. We didn't kiss or nothing. It was just we really were legit friends. Talked all the time and just talk about everything. Like, and so we just enjoyed each other. And it was like, people didn't understand that. They thought that it was some ulterior motive because I was so much older. And like, why is she interested in him? She trying to do something to him. Like, all this stuff. And really, he was like, he came after me. Right. So like, I just turned around. Y'all coming at the wrong person. But
y'all see that ponytail play?
I'm just saying.
That ponytail.
No, but like, so it was intense. Like, it was not. It was so intense to the point where we stopped speaking for 8 years. Like, we did not speak to each other for 8 years. I was done. I was like, I don't want to be bothered. Like, it was crazy. I just was like, man, forget it. I'm just going to forget that this friendship ever happened.
Wow.
It was real crazy. We did not have any contact.
Yeah, she was hard. Like, brick wall when I tried to, like, come after her. Like, I'm good. I was like, wow. I prayed for everything. It's crazy.
I know, that's right. He was like, Lord.
It worked.
Leave, baby. Leave, don't leave me. Lord, don't let it leave me. God, when you hit your son. very good story.
Everybody was so hyped when we got together, like recently.
Back together. Yes.
It's weird to say back because we were never
I know,
dating.
like, it wasn't really.
So it was like we actually got together this time, guys.
Okay, right. You're like,
But I mean,
you're like,
yeah, but back together
like,
for
we
all
totally
intents and
weren't
purposes.
dating then. We were just friends.
But back together probably more fitting because everybody was like, "No, I saw you in my head together."
No, it
guys.
totally did.
We were together,
And then I felt like you saying,
and now you are.
I say this to all the cats that I meet, but most of the cats that I actually care about. Seriously, like if you need something and I have it,
please call us.
I promise you, I'll give it to you.
Right.
Like
she knows that.
It doesn't matter what. Like, yo, you can call me at 4:38 in the morning. Like,
yes,
yo, I'm ready to toss her down the steps. I don't need you to say anything. Just listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm there. Like,
no, seriously.
Because sometimes you need that. You just need objective ear to be like, yo, man, what do I do when she's crying and I can't fix it? Like, like I feel inadequate or like that kind of stuff. Like, because I didn't really have anybody to like to talk to like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dad was old school. God rest his soul. My dad passed away. Great father, great husband, everything. But he wasn't the most emotional dude. You know what I mean? Like it was like, oh, you can't cry, that's gay. And I'm like, okay, well, it kind of hurts on the inside.
Right, like the tears are coming. Stop the tears. I feel like I should be on the floor balled up right now.
There's no discredit to my father, but it was like he just wasn't an emotional dude. So God took me on a path, and He brought me in front of a lot of emotional masculine men. Like these dudes, they don't shake hands when they see each other.
They hug.
I'm
Mom was like,
"Why is your chest touching my chest?" We don't do that. My dad said, "We don't do that."
I'm serious.
But now my son kisses me on the cheek, and it's like, even I'm learning like that's okay.
Yeah.
But like, sharing your feelings with another man on a healthy level is a necessary thing.
It is.
And I need brothers to know that. Young, old, in between, like, old head needs to share with the young cats, and the young cats need to share with the old heads.
People want to stop being committed whenever it gets uncomfortable. And that's like, I feel like that's our generation, like, and down. Well, maybe before us, but definitely us and down. Like everybody's like, I don't have to take this, and it could be any. Like it's like the thing that you don't have to take gets more and more petty. It seems. So it's like anything could just make you just be like, I don't have to take this. Like at one point it was like, oh, cheating, beating, like drugs, like those things. Like I don't have to take this, I'm out.
Right.
And now it's like, you stepped on my foot, I don't have to take this.
It's a false perception of like a marriage. Like it's just like
okay.
In a lot of, especially the millennial,
right?
They not that old. In general, it's just like how we microwave stuff. Like it's the same kind of mindset.
Chronicles.